So we'll start with the process of mail merge. First we have to open a blank document in MS Word. Then we have to write our main letter. That is the main document we have to write here. So first we will create the main document. Suppose I am inviting some friends on my birthday occasion. So I have written the letter here. By this sentence I have invited them. The date, time, venue I have mentioned. And as my name will be constant in all the letters, so I have added my name also. But I have not written any recipient here because the name of the recipient of the letter will be variable. So this is our main document. Now we'll start the mail merge process. For that we have to go to mailings. This mailings option, mailings tab in the menu bar. Then you have to click on start mail merge option. From the end of the bottom of the drop down list, step by step mail merge wizard, this we have to select. In the right side you can see a mail merge pane has opened. It will guide us through all the steps required in mail merge. Generally the mail merge is completed in 6 different steps, and this right side will guide us through all these steps. In the down portion here you can see it is written step 1 of 6. That means we are in the first step. First step is select document type. We can select envelopes, email messages, letters. If we want to create envelopes, we can select envelopes. Generally these are not required. We just write letters. So letters is already selected. That's okay. We go to the next. Click here to go to the next step. Now step number 2, select starting document. So some options are there. Use the current document. That means whatever document we are working on, either we can use this document or we can start from an existing document. That means previously we have already written our main document and saved it. Now we can use that previously saved document to create our mail merge. For that we will use start from existing document. If you click on it, some file names will be shown. You can select it. But if you wish to use this current document which you are writing now, then you use this one, this option. Use the current document. That means this letter, whatever you are writing, this will be used as the main document. Start from a template. These are not required. Template means a ready-made template will be used. This is not required. Generally this use the current document or start from the existing document is used. Current document means whatever we are writing now, that will be used as main document. If we select start from existing document, then we can select from our previously saved documents. We can select any document as the main document from our previously saved documents that are present in our hard disk. But I am using this document as I have written this document, so I will use this current document. I have selected. Now move to next step. Next step is select recipients. Recipients means those persons who will receive our letter. So for that we have to create a list of those recipients. Use an existing list. If we already have an existing list, if we previously have created a list of our friends or contact list we have created in our computer, it is present, then we can browse from here. Otherwise, if we want to create a new list, we can click on it, type a new list, and this select from Outlook contacts. This is different. This is those who have the Outlook email contact list, they can take it from the Outlook email contact list. We generally require this one, use an existing list and type a new list. So if you don't want to use, if we don't want to use our previously saved list, then we'll create a new list by using this option, type a new list. When we select this type a new list, this create option is available. Here we have to click. It will open a small window, dialog window, named new address list. That means we can create a new contact list of our own. Now you can see that some columns are given: title, first name, last name, company, address list, city, state. These are all ready-made columns they have given. Under these columns we can put entries. So if I want to put the name of my first friend, I have to give his first name, last name, company, address list, all these things. But if I don't require so many details, see how many details are there: zip code, country, work phone, email address. So if we don't require them, we can delete some columns, those which we don't require. So we can remove some unwanted columns from this list. For that we have to customize our columns. From this customize columns button, we can select those columns that we require. So click on it. See, these are the already given columns by MS Word. So whichever we don't require, we can select it and delete. Suppose I don't need this company name, select it, then click on this delete button. It is asking you whether you want to delete it or not. Click on yes. See, deleted. So this, whatever is there, we can delete everything. I am deleting all the things. See, I have deleted all the column headings. This first name also I don't require. This also I will delete. I want all the names according to my wish. So the list is empty. After, as the list is empty, then I have to give some column names. For that we can add some column names by using this add button. Click on this add button. Type a name for your field. Field means column. Type a name for your column. That means column name or the column heading we have to give. So let the first column heading be name. Then click on OK. See, name column has been created. Now again another column I want. Address. Click on OK. Address. Another column I want. Phone number. As it is not valid, it will not take like this. Like this you can write. Okay. So name, address, phone number, only these three I require. So only these three I will keep it in our list. So I have created a data source. This is the data source. That means this is the database we are going to create, in which we will have the desired column headings as per our wish. Now click on OK. So 3 columns have been created: name, address and phone number. Now we will enter the information in it. In this database we will enter the information. You can see this is the first row. First row means one entry, first entry. So each row represents one entry. That means information about one person or information about one contact. So first contact we are writing. To write information, you just can click on the cells, the cursor will blink and you can write. So we'll enter the name, click on the name field. This cell I create, I click on the cell below this name field and I enter any name. So the name I have created is Mahesh. Let his address be in Chennai. I'm writing in short. When you will create your list, you can give the details, address, phone number, everything here. In short, for understanding, I am just writing in short the Chennai. Now one row has been created. That means one contact information has been created. Now to create record another contact or create another entry, we'll click on this button, new entry. See here, new entry. Again we'll write the contact name of the second person. Suppose it is Raju. His address. I have given the city Mumbai. Okay, you can give the full address also. So I have created a list of 3 persons. If we wish, we can delete also using this delete entry button, but I am not deleting anyone now. So after creating the list, we can click on OK. Now we have to save it. We have to give a file name to our data source. You can give any name as you wish, but as it is for birthday invitation, I am creating a list. So I will create the file name as birthday contacts. So I have written the file name birthday contacts. Now what will be the extension of this database file? It will be Microsoft Office address lists. This will be the extension of this type of data source or database file, and it will be saved in documents, data sources. Click on save. It will show you, see, it is the data source. It is showing all the contacts here, and this checkbox means whichever contacts I want to include in my main document, those I can select. If I wish to select only these two, that is the first one and the last one, then I will select only these two. If I want to select all, then we'll select all the, we'll right click, we'll check all the boxes. That is, whichever contacts we want, we'll put a check mark on those boxes. Now the data source you can see here, it is saved as birthdaycontacts.mdb. So the extension you can see, it is also known as .mdb. Now you can click on OK. Now we'll move to the next step. In the bottom you see next step, write your letter. Step 3 of 6 we have completed. Now fourth step is write your letter. See, write your letter. In this write your letter, you have to add the recipient information to our main document in a particular location wherever we want. Suppose in this whole main document, in whatever position we want to place the column names, we can do so. Suppose already I have given my name here, so I don't require here, but the recipient name I have not given in the top. It is required to give on the top. So now I will place my cursor here so that I can place my columns here. My database columns will be inserted in this position. So we have to set our position of the database fields. I have set the position here. Now we'll click on this more items. See, it is showing you a dialog window in where insert merge field window it will open, where the database or data source fields are showing. We have created 3 fields, name, address and phone number. So these 3 fields are showing here. Now whichever fields we want to include in our document, only those fields will be inserted at the position of our cursor. So it is not mandatory to select all the fields. If I want only the name to be inserted in our document, I can select only the name. So first I insert the name, then I have selected the name, click on insert. See, my cursor position was set here, so now the data source field name has been inserted here. Now if I want that the address of the contact will also be appearing in our letter, so for that we'll set the position for our contact address also. For that, press enter once. It is coming to the next line. So at this position I want the address of the receiver or the recipient to be written. So I will place my cursor here. I have set the position for the address of the recipient. Now again I will go to more items. Now here I will select the address. Now click on insert. So the address field will also be inserted here. I don't want the phone number, so I am closing it. Now this name and address, they are enclosed in these brackets. This does not mean that we are entering the name and address. This is just I am creating the format. That means we are linking the data source with the main document. See, this is only one main document, and I have taken the data source column headings or the column fields from the data source. So I have linked the data source with my main document. So this is the process of linking. I have created the format for our original letter. Whichever letter we are going to send, I have created a format for that. Still now the process is not complete. So this format has been done. This format means the name of the recipient will appear in the top, then the address of the recipient will appear, then our main letter will appear. In this format, all the letters will be created. Now we move to step number 5. Next step, preview your letters. So this is the step in which MS Word automatically creates the copy of our main document if I am sending to 3 persons, it will create the copy of the main document 3 times. Then each time it will insert one entry from the database or the data source and enter in our input in our individual letter. So in this fifth step, the process of merging has been done. The contacts taken from the data source are combined in the main document and they are displayed as separate letters. So I have taken 3 contacts from the data source. For that reason, MailMerge automatically copies the single main document into 3 documents. It copies the main document 3 times, and for each separate document, it merges with the one entry from the data source. So for 3 contacts, it creates 3 separate documents and puts the separate contacts on those separate letters. So you can see in the top I have inserted the column name, and in the next line I have previously inserted the column header or the field address. So now the actual values will appear in this fifth step. So this is, you can see, so this is the first letter where, sorry, this is recipient 1. You can browse your letters, preview your letters from here. This is the previous button, this is the next button, and it is recipient 1. Recipient 1 was Mahesh, so his name is given here, his address is given next line. According to the format of my main document I have created, according to the format of the previous step, name was on the top, address was below it. So according to that format, now MailMerge will start inputting the respective field values. So for the first recipient, the name and address is given, and our constant part is this much. It is constant. So this is one letter created, one separate letter for the first entry. Then if we want to go to the next, we'll click on this next button, recipient 2. See, the recipient 2 name is given, recipient 2 address, then our constant letter part. So this is a separate letter number 2. Now next, if we move, recipient 3, recipient 3 name, recipient 3 address, Amit, Kolkata, and along with the our constant main document part is also there, making it letter number 3. So we can see that 3 separate letters have been automatically generated by MailMerge by combining the main document with the contacts of the data source. So it automatically creates 3 documents within fraction of seconds and merges each entry from the data source to each letter of the main document, and thus 3 letters are created in the complete merged document. These 3 letters togetherly are known as the merged document. Actually the merging is complete here, but in the next step, that is step number 6, complete the merge, it will display you the letters page wise. For that reason, the name is complete the merge. Actually the linking is done in this 5th step only, but the link has been created in the 5th step only. The link between the main document and the data source has been created in the 5th step only, but the display of all the letters together as a merged document will be visible to you in the next step, that is complete the merge. So I have created in the complete the merge, it is ready to produce your letters. For that you have to click on this edit individual letters. Either you can directly print it. If you click on print, 3 letters that have been merged will come out of the printer. But if you want to save it on your hard disk so that you can print it later, you click on edit individual letters. It will merge to a new document. So merge to new document window appears. Here you can either merge all the records together or the current record, or you can give from record number 1 to record number 2 or record number 1 to record number 3. Record means the contacts. Suppose you want only the first two contacts, then you can select from 1, then give up to 2. So the third contact will not be taken. Current record means only whatever record is showing in this left side, only that record will be taken. So I don't need all these things. I want, as I am doing mail merge, previously only I am selecting the contacts whichever I require. For this reason, we generally click on all and then click on OK. So our merged document has been created. See, this is the main document, and this one is the main document mail merge wizard that we are working on, and the merge document has been created separately, that is this one. Now if you scroll it, you will see page wise. First page is first letter. It is of the first recipient. Second page belongs to second recipient. Third page belongs to third recipient. So you can see this is page 1, this is page 2, this is page 3. 3 pages for 3 different contacts automatically generated. Now we can save it. Click on file, then click on save. You can give a file name as it is meant for birthday purpose, so we are saving it as birthday letters. So our file has been saved as birthday letters. You can see the file name here, birthday letters. Now for future, in future, whenever we want to print it, we can print using this file print option. We can select the printer here, and if we want only the first two contacts, we can give pages. If you want all the pages, you need not mention any page range here. So this was our mail merge previous letter domain document. Now we can close it. It will ask you to save. You can save it as main document. So our main document is saved, and this is our merge document. So merge document we already have written as birthday letters. You can give whatever name you wish. So your merge letter is ready and it can be printed whenever you require it. That was all about mail merge.